World Sports United is something that me and my fiance just, over the course of our relationship and being involved in everything we do with sports, just decided that we wanted to do something else. We've seen too many, me personally, too many gears and too many balls and jerseys and equipment from year to year just go unused and really kind of just thrown away. So we decided at one point, just with different affiliations that we had, to collect as many sports equipment that we could from friends and relatives and anybody else that's willing to. And then we started the process of relationships with areas around the world and and stay in the country, but really more in developing countries, so we can provide that same happiness that we acquired when we got our first pair of cleats and we got our first new jersey. That natural happiness that you get as an athlete, as a competitor. We founded the foundation in January of 2015, so really just about 8 months now that we hit the ground running. We've developed some relationships, great relationships domestically as far as getting donations. I think we're overwhelmed with the amount of donations that we've received so far and the interest. And then we started a handful of relationships outside of where actually the destination where those donations can go to.
While the soccer connection for a soccer coach seems obvious, it runs deeper than that.
So I think it's a little bit of a family engagement. So we started, we're the co-founders of it, but we have my sisters that are involved, that are part of my sister. One of them is a nurse, the other one is in IT and education as well. Some of my really good friends that are all involved in sports are doctors, or other nurses, or energy, healers that kind of just really would love to kind of take on, our mission, that what we're doing. So it's become a bit of a close-knit community effort between our family and friends. Even though I think we can and we will expand into other sports, but I think the one natural language and the one consistent language around the world, take politics aside, take religion aside, the one thing that everybody loves in the midst of all those chaotic reasons for war or whatever, is soccer. It's the one language that we actually have in the tip of our tongue, per se, that we can communicate around the world with anybody by really just the roll of a soccer ball, by the presentation of a jersey. Everybody knows Manchester United, everybody knows Barcelona, and everybody knows what a round ball looks like that you can kick with. So it's a language that we could really extend, and we can go for more than, go towards different destinations and speak the same language. So I think that's certainly our key into the door.
There are so many regions that need help, but World Sports United had to start somewhere.
Part of developing our company was identifying relationships of communities that were somewhat organized already, that we could trust who we're dealing with and who we're actually communicating. So we sent equipment over to Zimbabwe, to Tanzania, to other areas in the country here, to Texas, to South Florida. And then the Haiti opportunity came up through a friend that actually put us in contact with someone that actually has an organization in Haiti that are getting, kids from the streets, homeless kids, or kids that have been through some type of trouble in their lives. And they started about 200 kids, and they have a little organization that need help, that need some funding, that need equipment, that need jerseys, that need socks. So we just started the relationship, and then it was their second year anniversary, and they invited us to come down and actually participate in what we're helping with. I think the reception was unbelievable. People treated us with the utmost respect and open arms. The residents there, the kids that we actually got in contact with, was unbelievable. Just from an experience standpoint, you're definitely seeing something that you're a little bit outside your comfort zone, and not just from a luxury standpoint. You expect not to have some of the amenities that you have here, but the view that you have the entire time of what the country is actually like, and that there are no nicer areas from a specific places where you go to. I thought the people were incredible. The people are deserving of more, and I think what hits you the most is that Haiti is right next door. Haiti is only a couple hours away, from plane. I think we typically think of, well, let's go help developing countries. You think of Africa. I think that's a natural thing that we think of, and certainly that's a place that needs a lot, certainly some more than others. But Haiti, in the middle of other Caribbean countries and only a couple hundred miles away from Miami, are our neighbors. And it's a country that it couldn't be two worlds further apart, but at the same time so close together. So I think that really hits you a lot harder than the actual what is happening there, that you are so, at least to me, that you're so close to it, but in everything around it seems somewhat organized in the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico and other countries, but it's so different.
Despite not having hit its one-year anniversary yet, the impact and growth of the foundation has been substantial.
The foundation started by just a clear-cut message of providing used and new equipment to places that couldn't afford or don't really have an abundance of them. And then because I'm a soccer coach and because I have relationships with other soccer coaches, the picture became a little bit bigger of actually going to these places and maybe starting and developing a soccer organization that can provide some of the tools to help with life, as soccer and other sports do. And then little by little, as we started kind of diving into what we wanted to do, we couldn't ignore the fact that soccer was really more just a handshake and the welcome into the door, or like as we mentioned, is a universal language to really anything. But then we felt like we needed a little bit bigger substance, and the medical was huge because they don't have some of the luxuries that we have from a medical standpoint, so some basic medicines and vitamins and simple hygiene. And then we looked at it as, okay, so that's fine, but then how do we actually help them? And we thought the major help would be through education. How do you help countries that haven't seen to figure out how to improve and how to get better, or at least are trying to? How do we assist in that process a little bit? And really, we feel like the key to the future is mixing your passion with your purpose, and it has to be an educational process inside of that. And education for us is eventually, that's not something that we have embedded right now, but that is in our business plan to how do we improve the educational process from an IT standpoint, getting computers donated, teaching them some basic Microsoft Word, Word, Excel, PowerPoint presentation, things like that. And teaching some of these countries that speak English as well, some basic English lessons and classes. So we developed some relationships that can actually help with our plan.
There has been plenty of homegrown support.
Here at JU, a lot of the coaches they're aware of it, and they want to help. The women's soccer program, because we're doing specifically soccer right now, they've given us tons of uniforms, of old uniforms and things that we can take to these countries, and we have already so. And the other coaches are just saying, as soon as you are going to volleyball, as soon as you go into golf and something else, let us know, and we're willing to help. From a community support, and really that's where we want to get a little bit more into, a lot of the local youth soccer clubs have been a huge help, providing gear, providing uniforms, and actually providing a foundation for us to continue to do this year to year, allowing us to do clinics at their clubs and really just bring awareness to our organization.
Another local football team, American football that is also giving back.
So she actually works for the Jaguars Foundation, and through that partnership, they work with the Northeast nonprofit organization here in town. So we've been approved by the Northeast nonprofit organization as an official alliance that anybody that purchased Jags tickets and they want to credit $10 of those tickets towards our organization, as they would to Boys and Girls Clubs and to Red Cross and different foundations, they can do that towards our organization as well. So the information is on our website at worldsportsunited.com, that if you want to purchase Jags tickets, a portion of your Jags tickets goes towards our foundation to help us fund some of these trips that we're doing.
After a great start, what's next for World Sports United?
So we want to come back, and we want to continue to do something that is going to be sustainable in one location. All right, but we're working with another organization right now that have a similar project in Guatemala. We've been invited to go to Kenya. We've been invited to go to Tanzania, and then certainly we want to go to South America as well, and some more Central American countries to continue to do that. So we're committed to go back to Haiti for next year, but we want to do our trip, and as we expand our staff and expand our support system, there's no reason that we're not doing several of those trips throughout the year, just different locations and different people in our organization.